Hello, my shining star. You're welcome to yet another interesting, exciting, and informative topic, always in cultural and environmental studies. And ensure you have your learning materials handy so you can pen down while you learn. For today's topic, it is communication, yes, which is right scrolling on your screen. Communication. Today you will be learning the meaning of the word communication and as well the meaning of traditional means of communication and modern means of communication. You will also learn some examples of traditional and modern means of communication and some problems and solutions to modern means of communication. So the very first big question, what is communication? Communication is a way of passing information, ideas, news, or feelings from one person to another. Communication includes talking, writing, and making of signs to another person. For example, ringing a bell for various activities in the school is a way of communicating to the pupils. And in communication, the one giving the message and the one the message is meant for must understand each other. If not, there will be no communication. So the underlying factor in communication between the sender and receiver is understanding. Having established that fact, right on your screen now is the traditional means of communication. Communication today is different from what it used to be. So when you hear the word traditional means of communication, it is those means of communication, means by which ideas, informations are being passed from one person to another, are being done in the past. So you will be learning next some examples of traditional means of communication. The first now is drumming. Drums were used to pass different kinds of messages to people. And a very good example is the talking drum, which was popularly used to sing praises of an important person. Next is the message carrier. From the picture, you can see birds and humans. These were also used to pass information or news to other villages. Town crier is yet another example of traditional means of communication. These persons beat gongs to gather people together at the market square or other important places in the community. Next is the smoke signal. The smoke signal is when a large fire is made on top of the hill to send signals to people in the neighboring village about an important event. Gunshots. This was also used to pass messages to people in the olden days. The death of the king or of a king can be announced with a gunshot in some areas. Sending of symbolic items, yes, is another traditional means of communication. In the olden days, people sometimes communicate with the use of symbolic items. For example, a powerful king could send a gun or bullets to another king. This symbol means that the king and his people should get ready for war. Next, scrolling right now is the modern means of communication. The modern means of communication are those means of communication that is being used in this recent time. And technology is a paramount part of the modern means of communication. Some examples are the radio. People listen to the radio to get information. So all kinds of information are available on the radio. Okay? Next is the television. People can watch the television to know what is happening in different places. So these are examples of modern means of communication. Okay, telephones too. We can speak with people from any part of the world on the phone, and the GSM is a popular example. The word GSM means the Global System for Mobile Communication. So this has made communication very easy too. Newspaper and magazines is also the modern means of communication by which reading newspapers and magazines people get informed. The internet. The internet is a network which allows computer to communicate with one another all over the world. And the internet has made communication very easy today. The use of email, WhatsApp, Facebook to advertise, to talk to people has been made very easy. Fax. The fax machine. This is a message or any message sent on the fax machine to another person through a telephone line. The road signs. These send messages to the road users, whether to hold on before crossing, to go on, or to stop. The posters and billboards, these are used to educate, advertise products. Letters too. Letters are sent through the post office, and these are used to communicate. I haven't talked about the traditional and modern means of communication. Now you will be learning differences between traditional and modern means of communication. So having looked at the traditional and the modern means of communication, one would tell that the traditional means make use of local items like guns, like drums, but the modern means makes use of technology, electricity, the internet, and so on. And also traditional means cannot travel long distance, but the modern means can. And the delivery of the traditional means is often slow, while that of the modern means is fast. Traditional means is cheaper, while modern means is more expensive. But the modern means of communication has some loopholes, some problems. So you will be learning some problems of the modern means of communication, like the fraudulent activities through the internet, the telephone, the GSM. People are exploited massively through all of these means. Bad influences, especially from the young ones, their peer groups. They could learn some bad influences through the modern means of communication. The poor service from the mobile networks, then as well cost of sending information would be very high. What about the solutions to these problems that have been discussed? The government should make laws against poor service delivery. It should ensure that they make laws. Then as well, people must be patriotic and should not engage in fraudulent activities on the phone or in the internet. Then there should be regulations. The census board must be set up to vet informations and movies before they are released to the public. Parents and guardians too, they also have a role to play. They should advise their children on words when using the modern means of communication. Having said all of these, here scrolling down on your screen are the practical application of the topic communication. So you will practice how to send text messages through the GSM and the email through the internet, and that will be supervised by me, the teacher. Okay dear, I hope you have a wonderful time learning about communication, and I also believe that you understand now the differences between the modern and that of the traditional means of communication, and as well some problems with the modern means of communication, and as well to profile solutions. See you in our next class. Bye for now.